Hi everyone and welcome to Service for the Community. I'm your host Matt Blown. Today we have Al from Rotary, Mike from Kiwanis, and Linda from Optimist Club. How's everyone doing today?
We're excellent.
Good, thanks.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming on the show. Well, Al, we're going to start with you as a recurring guest here with Rotary. Tell us about, I think, Shoes for Kids is the first thing you want to talk about.
Exactly. This is the busiest time of the year for the Clarkston Rotary Club. Two of our biggest projects are coming up. It's the Shoes for Kids, but preceding that by a week is the newspaper sale. So that's how we fund the Shoes for Kids. So the December 1st and 2nd, we're out on the city streets and corners. I believe we're at Neiman's, and we're out selling newspapers. They're Goodfellow newspapers with, kind of tells our story. They have pictures of Rotarians doing good deeds, and it's a fundraiser for our Shoes for Kids, which occurs on December 9th. The following Saturday, it's at the Oakwood Baptist Church on Mabee Road. We usually have anywhere between 300 and 350 kids come in. They get shoes, boots, hats, gloves. They also get toothbrushes. The Optimists are part of it. They provide the socks. The Lions are there. They do a screening for vision. And we also, last year we started with a photographer who takes family photos for the folks.
Pretty involved event.
It is, and it's from 9 to 3:30, and we're certainly looking for volunteers for both, for the newspaper sales and for the Shoes for Kids event. If you go to our website, clarkstonrotary.org, there's a link there that'll take you to the Sign Up Genius, and so you can sign up for time slots and for particular jobs that you want. It's a great community event. We get a lot of help from local community groups that help us, and if it wasn't for them, we're a smaller club, and we use probably close to, with both weekends, close to 100 volunteers.
Wow.
So it's quite a big
Can
thing
you be
to
any
put
age
together.
to volunteer, or are you looking for a certain age? Or?
We've had high school kids for sure.
Okay.
Especially helping with the Shoes for Kids. I would prefer 18 and over probably to stand out on the street corners. We've
Makes
been,
sense.
we've been fortunate for the number of years that we've done it that we've never had an incident on any of the streets. So, I mean, we raise typically anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 in one weekend. So the community has been awesome for us. I mean, it's a great deal. So we fundraise, and then the next week is shoes.
Okay.
So,
Is there a certain size range or age range when you're looking at shoes and mittens and things like that, or you just kind of get a whole bunch of stuff and just see where it kind of falls? Or?
yeah, I mean, Joel DeLong is one that kind of runs the program for us. Him and his wife Mindy, they go out and they shop. They get the shoes. They bring them in. They pick the children through the school. They talk to the counselors, and they find out. Basically, it's generally kids who are on the school lunch program,
Sure.
and we send letters to them, with an invitation to come and be fitted for the shoes. It is a little haphazard. We don't know for sure, what size shoe that the kids are wearing. So we have lots and lots.
So you
of
have
shoes.
some shoes that you probably have an idea for, and the rest is just you buy what you have and then
Right.
line it up.
Right. Minnie and Joel they'll go to Sears. They've been to Kohl's. Whenever there's a big sale going on, they're there and they back up the truck and they fill the back of the truck with shoes. We've got hundreds of pairs of shoes, and we keep them in a storage locker, after the event, and then we restock them as the year goes on. So they've been doing it for so long, they have a pretty good idea of what shoes are there.
And once again, the newspaper event is, I think you said December 1st.
First and second,
First
yeah,
and
it's the
second.
weekend before. We're on all the, Washington and Main and Sashabaw and Mabee, and we're at Neiman's in front of the store. So we're going to find you. We'll get you. You're driving through town.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Mike, let's talk about, you guys have an event coming up. It's kind of a membership / toy drive. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Kiwanis, new organization, new service organization here to the community, the Clarkston Waterford area. So November 29th, it's a Wednesday night at the Oakhurst Country Club in Clarkston. We are having a membership / toy drive. So it's kind of an informational event to get people in the community to come check out Kiwanis, ticket to get in the door as a toy, and we will be donating that to a local charity. So pretty excited about that.
Awesome. Now, how long have you guys officially been in the Clarkston Waterford area? I mean, it must not be too long.
I'm going to say about 2 months.
Okay, that sounds
2
about
months.
right.
Yeah, so we're very new to the community. I'm a Waterford resident myself. This is a combined Clarkston Waterford club, so serving children in both communities.
Is there any toys that people should avoid getting? I know I've heard of other groups that when they do toy drives, they avoid certain packaging or certain kind of like action toys or something like that. I don't know if you guys have any of those concerns or restrictions, anything like that.
I can't say that. I can't say anything in particular, but probably appropriate. Appropriate. Put it that way.
Okay.
All right. Does that sound okay?
That's fair. That's
All right.
fair. Awesome. Linda, Optimist Club. Tell us a little bit about, you guys have a club, the Joy Club, that I believe is involved with the middle school and the junior high. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yep, absolutely. So the Joy Club, Joy is spelled J-O-I, Junior Optimist International. And it really follows on the main goal of the Optimist, which is bringing out the best in kids. So we have Joy Clubs throughout the Clarkston School District right now. Not in all of the elementary schools. That's one of our goals right now, is to get it in all of the elementary schools. And you know, the kids seem to like it, particularly the ones that start early and they stay with it through high school. The focus of the Joy Clubs are three different things: service, learning, and fun. So from a service perspective, you'll see the Joy Club members going out and doing volunteer activities throughout the community. They do some of the Optimist-specific activities, but then they do a number of others as well, like helping support the Lighthouse and things like that. From a learning perspective, we often bring in speakers, so it can be speakers where they can learn about, you know, something that might be interesting to them for a future career, or just other things that are going on in the community. And of course, I always want the kids to have fun, because they'll keep coming back and they'll stay with it if they're having fun. So encourage the kids to think of projects and things that they want to do, to run the project themselves. That's the leadership component, and really just dig in and enjoy it. And we consider it really successful, or really, I guess, a tribute that we've done our job right. We know that we've done our job right when they stick with it through high school, and some of them actually go to the international meetings where they meet Optimists from not only across the country, but from other countries as well.
Can you give me like a specific example of something that maybe one of the elementary or middle school kids have tackled as one of their projects?
I can't.
That's fine. That's fine. So what schools are you in currently? Obviously the middle school, and then you're just trying to make sure you have something in each elementary school?
That's right. So right now there are Junior Optimist clubs in the high school, the middle school, the junior high, and then a number of the elementaries. I believe there are about 4 elementary schools where we have Joy Clubs right now. We're working with the principals and the teachers at the elementaries where we don't currently have Joy Clubs to see if there's interest in to bring those schools on board as well. We're looking at Everest Academy too. So we'll try and reach out to the folks at Everest and get them involved too.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, Al, let's come back to you now. You kind of already talked about the newspaper sale a little bit, but I know you also wanted to talk about a project that Rotary is always kind of working on, which is polio eradication.
Exactly. And a lot of people wonder what Rotary does and what we do locally. Obviously, we do Shoes for Kids, and we purchase the downtown holiday decorations, and there are a lot of different things that we do locally. But we're an organization that's international. We're in nearly every country in the world. We have over 1,200 chapters. We have over 1 million members. So there's an international Rotary component that's part of our club. And the major philanthropic focus since 1985 has been polio eradication. And so I wrote down a bunch of facts and figures. I'll try not to bore you with them too much. But this started in 1985, and the goal was to eradicate polio completely. The only other disease to have been eradicated is smallpox. So back in '85, there were over 300,000 new cases every year of polio. And then systematically they've been able to eradicate it from in the Americas, I think it was 1994 that we were polio free. In Pacific Asia it was 2000. In Europe it was 2002. To the point now where currently this year we have, I think, 11 new cases. Wow. That is it. So the hope is, it's been our hope for the last few years, to completely eradicate it, right. Meaning it's gone from the face of the earth. So it's a major, major effort, focus for our international Rotary. So much so that it's been so successful that the Gates Foundation has been a major benefactor. They've donated or matched our donations, I want to say $300 to $400 million.
Wow.
Over the last,
amazing.
say, 5 to 10 years. So it does as a, being part of an organization that's their focus. I mean, there's other focuses that we have, but that's our major one at the moment. We're trying to finish the job.
Sounds like you're getting close.
We are very this close, I think, is the
Sure.
thing. So
That's great.
thank you.
Great. Mike, you wanted to talk about, let's see here, blessings in a backpack and a little bit about Kids Against Hunger.
Yeah, so again, like I've said, we are relatively new to the community, relatively new club in Kiwanis, but we have partnered with Blessings in a Backpack, which is an organization that gets donations, raises money to collect food for kids that, mostly kids that are on free or low.
I think it's reduced.
Reduced lunch. Yep, thank you. And so, but what happens on the weekends to those kids?
Right.
So this organization's Blessings in a Backpack, I believe, was started in Kentucky, and they're branching out to other states. So we're partnering with that organization, volunteering, hands-on, to fill these backpacks for the kids in the Clarkston and Waterford community. Regarding Kids Against Hunger, that's an organization that Kiwanis partners with, raising money to package food. We usually, in a 3 to 4 hour period, can package 20,000 meals. So far, we have done one event with Kids Against Hunger, and we packaged 20,000 meals and donated that to the Lighthouse of Clarkston.
Okay.
So,
terrific.
yeah. And what I want to just let you know when our meetings are, again, we are, I say it again, relatively new, so I want to get our name out there, and we meet at Oakhurst Country Club the second Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. for those people that can't make it in the evening. And we also meet on the fourth Wednesday of the month at 6:30 at Oakhurst Country Club. So,
Now, Blessings in a Backpack, it sounds like that's a little more geared to students, while Kids Against Hunger might be more geared to families. Would that be accurate? Or
correct. Kids Against Hunger is anybody that, I mean, we donate to food pantries, Lighthouse of Oakland County, Lighthouse of Clarkston, whoever may need our services. So our club gets together and puts those meals together, and then we figure out who needs them.
is there a specific date Blessings in a Backpack is happening, or are these both kind of just ongoing events?
They're ongoing events. I can tell you that Blessings in a Backpack is elementary only,
Okay.
elementary schools only. They are in 6 Clarkston elementary schools and currently in 1 Waterford elementary school. It takes funding
Sure.
to branch it out. So yeah, our goal is to just keep it growing. Yeah. So.
Awesome. Great. Linda, you wanted to talk about last event for you that you wanted to mention was a trivia night.
That's right. So in addition to sponsoring the Joy Clubs, the Optimists also give out scholarships. And we have one major fundraiser a year to help us earn money for those scholarships. And it's this year, or actually in 2018, it's called Trivia Night Out. It's going to be at the Deer Lake Athletic Club at 6:30 p.m. We have a great time. We did our first trivia night out in 2017. It was a sellout, it was well attended. Everyone had a great time. Lots of opportunity. It includes dinner, includes dancing, and lots of fun with family and friends around the table to try and answer those trivia questions. That's going to be March 3rd at Deer Lake Athletic Club.
Is there specific types of trivia, or is it just all kind of general trivia topics?
It's general trivia topics. We hire a professional group that's done this before, and they ask different trivia topics, and you solve it with your table. Some of the feedback that we heard from last year were, we actually have one member who brought their adult children, and they're actually asking, when is it coming up again? They had so much fun that they want to do it again, so they're looking forward to doing it again. And we, at the table that I was at, you know, we talked. So many of the fundraisers at dinner dance or something, you either can't hear over the music or you just don't talk with everyone that you're sitting with. And it was really wonderful for getting to know some of the people at your table.
So the table, so that it's kind of a mixed match. It's not just the people you came with.
Exactly. It depends. If you want to buy an entire table, you can.
Sure.
I think our table sat 8 people.
Okay.
So it can be 8 of your, you know, nearest and dearest, or it can be, you know, a bunch of new people that you'd like to get to know in the community. So it really is a good group. And if I can piggyback on your, you know, sharing with you the meeting info, fortunately our meetings conflict a little bit. The Optimists meet weekly at 7:30 in the morning. We're a morning group.
Wow, okay.
At the currently at the American Legion on M15, just north of town. So it's a great group, a wonderful group in the Clarkston community, and we'd love to have people join us.
Awesome. Al, could you mention your meeting time?
I was going to say, now it's time for my pitch. We meet on Monday nights at 6:30 to 8:30, or I'm sorry, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Buckshot's Bar and Grill. We've been a member of the Clarkston community since 1940. We're always looking for new members. We're a group that has a lot of fun. We bring in speakers. Last week we had a kid. I'm old, so I was a kid. We had a young man in who had served in the Peace Corps, talking about his experience in the Peace Corps. We've had Pat Kittle, and we've had various people coming from around the area just to kind of give us a 15-20 minute talk on what they do or what's going on in the community. So it's always interesting. You can order dinner, have a cocktail, whatever it is you like to do, and just sit back and enjoy it. So I'd certainly invite anybody who's interested to come on in and sit down. Doesn't cost you anything.
So you got us by 77 years.
Yeah, just a few years, just a few years. It is pretty amazing. Yeah, if you go back, I remember doing this years ago. I went to the Independence Township Library because I wanted to give a little history on it. And it was in the microfiche machine going back and back, trying to find when the first meeting was, like June of 1940, and they were like, one of the original owners of the publishers of the Clarkston News was one of the original members, and they started the Labor Day Parade back in 1940. The history is amazing. So to be able to kind of pick that up and keep going with it is always, part of the.
Well, that's why I
the
didn't
drive.
have as much things to talk about because of our.
Well, so you guys have a goal now. You've been around for 2 months. You just got to go 77
Yeah.
years,
But Kiwanis is a international organization as well. So
Yeah, and you guys have been around a long time.
1895, I believe, started in Detroit,
Oh, wow.
actually.
Yeah.
And that club is still in existence today.
Yeah, you got to speed by a few years. I think we started in 1913, I think.
I know it was the late 1800s, I
Yeah.
think. Maybe it was
Exactly.
1905. I don't know. Don't quote me, please. Please.
So it's your history lesson for today.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, the
Gotta
Clarkston Optimists are somewhere in the middle. I think our club is celebrating its 32nd year, something
Awesome.
like
Okay.
that.
That's
So
awesome.
somewhere in the middle there. One thing I would like to say, if I could, one more thing about the Optimists. When I first joined the Optimists, the thing that really impressed me was the Optimist Creed. And I don't have it memorized, but it is a very inspirational. So I would encourage anyone who's interested in hearing about the Optimists a little bit more, go out to our website or our Facebook page, but take a minute and read that creed, because I think that really, for me, that was the deal maker, right? When I read that and heard that, that was the deal maker that I knew this was an organization I wanted to be involved with. So take a read.
Excellent.
Well, before we wrap up, does anyone else have anything they want to mention about their clubs or anything else?
No, I think I'm
No,
good.
it's just nice to hear about the passion for the community and serving children,
Yeah.
and that's what Kiwanis is all about, is serving the children of the world, one child and one community at a time.
Exactly. We all have all our organizations have a niche, but we're all trying to do the same thing, which is make our community and our world better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have of Service for the Community. We'll see you guys next time.